house. I know that. Right? Take your place.
The delegation. May I take this opportunity to introduce them? On my left is Dr. John Garangi Mabio. And on my right is Dr. Riak Machar. And on my second left is Commander Waniga. On my second right, Commander Nial Deng Nial. On my third right, Dr. Samson Kwaje. On my third right, Dr. Anna Ito. On my fourth left is your host, Commander Stephen Park. And on my fourth right is Commander Yasir Arman. Before we embark on our business of the day, since we are going to talk about the 19 years war in the Sudan, could I please call upon you to stand up and have 1 minute silence for the 20 million who perished away during the struggle. Thank you. Thank you. Ground rule number 1, all mobile switch off, please. The UK community among the Sudanese community to welcome the delegation, Uncle Gordon Mortat.
Dr. John Garang Damabior, Chairman of SPLM and Commander-in-Chief of the SPLA. On behalf of the New Sudan community in the United Kingdom and Northern Ireland, we welcome you and your delegation. We also wish to seize this opportunity to congratulate you and Dr. John and Dr. Riek Machar for having signed an agreement for unity. Unity between the two of you and among our people. Majority of our people believe that unity is the only way forward. It has been the only way forward, and is still the only way forward, and will remain the only way forward. In this struggle, as well as the only way of achieving the national liberation and a just and lasting peace. Thank you.
Before I call upon the chairman to give his presentation, perhaps it is good to know a little more about him. He is a Southern Sudanese from Bor district of Jonglei Canal in Southern Sudan. In 1969, he graduated with BA Economics, and in 1969, he received Thomas Watson Fellowship Award and carried out a research. After his research, he was awarded a scholarship to go to the United States of America, to Iowa University, but he turned it down. Instead, he decided to join the Anyanya movement. And in 1972, when the peace agreement was reached, all those who were freedom fighters then were absorbed to the Sudan government forces, and he was taken in as a captain. In 1974, he attended the Infantry Officers Advanced Course at the United States Army Infantry School. On his return to Sudan in 1976, he was made an instructor in the military college. And in 1977, he was made a commander of Battalion 105. In 1978, he took study leave and went to the United States again, and he studied agricultural economics and got his PhD. Returned to the Sudan and joined the military forces as a full colonel and appointed Deputy Director of Military Research. The same year in 1983, he decided to abandon that position and picked up arms to fight against the Sudan government. There's no better person to tell us why he did that than himself. So it's an opportunity for all of you to find out why he did it. What are the causes? Now, may I call upon? Yeah. Okay. Thank you. I'm being told protocol-wise. I did the training protocol, so I made some grievous error. Now, 5 minutes. Then Dr. Riek Machar and the chairman will be the last but not least. Yes, may I invite Anna Ito now to give her presentation? Yes.
The chairman of SPLM and Commander-in-Chief of SPLA, Dr. John Garang Demabio, and his delegation, distinguished guests, friends of the Sudanese people, the Sudanese living in UK, ladies and gentlemen, I feel very honored to be with you at the marking of this very important occasion. I would like to inform you that I may be the only lady with the gentleman here, but I bring along greetings and love from the Sudanese people, especially children and women. They asked me to remind you that war or conflict is like a snake that enters into your house. What people normally do in the first instance is to take cover or run away for security. But nobody leaves their home for a snake. They normally go grab a stick and come and beat and kill the snake, throw it out and come to live comfortably with them. I would like to tell you this is their message, that you still have responsibility towards them, that they expect you to come and take a stick, and this stick may be advocacy, this stick may be education, which we in the Sudan are fighting for, education for girls first and for everybody. Your stick could be investment. Your stick could be contribution towards building the machinery that is required to make the new Sudan, because it will never happen alone. Once the enemy and the oppressor is not there, you have to complete the objective: justice, peace, and liberation for all. And that requires all of us. In 5 minutes, I can't say all that I would have loved to, but I have a list of things that if anybody has time to come and pick up, that we are promoting, particularly for the communities, for the civil society, and for the women who are central to the liberation struggle. We are central to the Sudanese society, whether in time of peace or in time of war. We take care of the children, we produce food, we are forced to provide shelter and security, and when we go to our farms, we meet landmines, we are bombed, we are shot using helicopter guns. If you have been listening to news, unfortunately I don't have pictures now, you would listen, you would have heard of the suffering, the drowning of pregnant women in the river as they're being chased by the thoughtless, heartless regime. SPLM has come a long way. It has provided political space for women to develop, but we also have a long way to go. Women cannot do it alone. In our liberation struggle, we have to go hand in hand, helping each other and never losing the way. Thank you very much.
Dr. John Garang de Mabur, Chairman of SPLM, SPLA, ladies and gentlemen. I am pleased to be with you today in this great hall and participate in the discussion on the future of our country. But first of all, before I get to it, I would like to congratulate you, particularly those whose heart has been expressed by our elder, Gordon Mortat, expression he made on unity. I'm here to assure you that when we sign the January 6th declaration on unity between the two movements, I'm here to assure you that this is a fact. This is what we have longed for. And if there is somebody who has been doubting, please let him take it that the liberation struggle has united. Like any other people who had struggled for freedom and justice, there are always bound to be differences. And they could be deep, they could be profound, but they are also subtle. I believe that this was what happened in 1991, when there were differences on conceptualization, on the objective of the struggle, and also on issues such as democracy, human rights. I want to assure you that we have agreed to forget and forgive I said we have agreed to forget the past and start a new chapter. And in this, we hope peace shall come to our country soon. And let me talk a little bit about peace. You know, in 1997, we attempted to make peace with the present regime. But those who were in Sudan and anybody who has been following has also noted that the present regime is not serious about bringing about a peaceful settlement to the conflict in the Sudan. In that 1997, we had concentrated on one single issue, the issue of self-determination to the people of Southern Sudan. Because we looked at it, that the conflict is basically southern. And if the people of Southern Sudan are ceded the right to exercise self-determination, then the world, the whole Sudan will end. I still believe that this is the issue. But does the regime in Khartoum see it that way? No, it doesn't. Although, when the regime came to power, it floated the idea that if the South wants exercise of self-determination, they would be ready. We have tested the regime. We have tested the regime. We feel it did not honor its side of the agreement. Not because self-determination is a difficult issue. Even if the process we signed with the present regime, if it did not contain self-determination, I think the regime would have still dishonored it. Because the Sudan has other issues on which the war is fought today. Democracy. Our country lacked democracy. Despite the trust we made so that the country goes to democracy before exercise of any self-determination, the regime even resisted. We know its record. We know its record of terrorism not only in the South, but also in the North. We know its record of trying to Islamize the whole country, even those who are Muslims. If their brand is different, the regime wants to see that it takes its Islamic thought, even if you are a Muslim. So in Sudan, we have these problems. What should we do? Is that regime qualified to bring peace in the country? Not because I differed with them, but I answered, I said it's not qualified.